Hello and welcome to day 13. Tanya here. Welcome to our avid followers. Thank you for supporting this journey, and welcome to any new viewers or subscribers. Thank you very much for joining this channel. I really greatly appreciate it. So I hope you're not superstitious. Vlog number 13, day 13, we're going to try and make it as good as we possibly can. So in terms of today's topic, I thought it would be really good to cover our need for connection and belonging. A lot of you will have heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where we've got the psychological needs of water, food, all the kind of basic survival stuff, and then it's that kind of safety and security aspects, and then followed by love and belonging, and then we get into the kind of higher levels of self-esteem and self-actualization. But I want to focus on that kind of love and belonging, which links into connection. And Marisa Peer basically has outlined in her material that babies as spiritual beings that take on this human form when we are babies, we need, in order to survive, love and connection. If we don't have that, then our survival is threatened. So from that perspective, that is a basic need that we have from the moment we take our first breath into this human experience. However, a lot of us feel that we don't belong, that we are bullied or outcast or different from the people around us, either because our perception is that people have got their lives all sorted, and I mentioned in another kind of vlog the kind of perception of a duck in water where the feet are scrambling underneath, but on the top of the water the duck looks so serene and calm and graceful, and we don't realize that there is that kind of the feet paddling underneath. So we think everyone else is all sorted, everything's great. If you're following social media and you're looking posts, you see the curated view of their life and you think they're all sorted, I'm different. Some people have experienced bullying through their kind of younger schooling and maybe even later on in life in the kind of workplace as well. And that sort of clouds their perception that they must be they're the common denominator, and for whatever reason they are being picked upon, but they don't feel that they belong. But then they start identifying with groups of people that have had that same experience, and then they find their community and tribe. So this is where we've got the power of creating a unified group of people, that something bonds us together. Now, within this kind of be heard, be brave, be free tribe that I'm trying to create via this YouTube channel, I'm wanting for all of us to appreciate that we're all unique. We're all unique humans having this experience, and from that perspective, we're actually all the same because we're all unique, and that's what makes us all the same. We all have the same fears, the same like goals and aspirations, that we want to have a good, happy, fulfilling, content life. And some people find it in different ways through the kind of human experience that they're going through in the various lessons that they are due to find out and learn and grow through in this life experience that they're going through. So these kind of core needs, in order for us to feel that sense of connection, it is absolutely imperative for our life to actually have meaning, have purpose, for us to feel fulfilled in life. You can go through survival, but the whole experience isn't going to be, you're going to be in your deathbed or at the moment that you're taking your final breath, and you're going to have lots of regrets. And the whole purpose is through self-development and education and sharing of information. If we can take away some of those regrets by giving you the courage to live your full truth in an authentic way and be brave and courageous to take the steps that you need to take in your life to find the fulfillment and contentment, for you then to be present here today and feeling okay with how life is, that we don't have this massive disconnect between our expectations and blueprint of where we want to be and where our reality is, that we can have it as closely aligned, or we've got meaning and purpose associated with it, so we can actually enjoy the here and now. And by being present, then we can actually find the group of people that we connect with, that we can learn with, that we can grow with. So that is the kind of the kind of topic today, that I hope that via this channel that you can actually start posting within the kind of comments, and I will start responding back, whether it is direct to your comments or whether I do vlogs addressing the questions if there is kind of recurrent themes coming through. So then we can feel a little bit less alone and find the similarities in our kind of human experience and how we can support each other. So going back to my life story, the reason why I thought it would be good to sort of cover this topic of belonging is that when I finished the kind of 7 years that I was with in the Scottish Environment Protection Agency, I then decided that I needed to work somewhere closer to home, because I was doing a commute that was almost like over an hour each way, and I was driving, and if the weather wasn't great, because we do get a lot of frost and we used to get some snow several years back. So as a result, I was wanting to be closer to home, and I wanted a job on the East Coast rather than in the central location of Scotland. So I decided, in order for me to grow as a young accountant professional, I wanted to sort of work in different types of organisations. So I then worked for Fife Council, who then had like different functions and roles, and I ended up working for the Fire Brigade for a short period of time. And after that kind of job didn't sort of give me the job satisfaction that I was seeking, it gave me a lot of growth in a very short period of time, but I realised very quickly that bureaucracy wasn't something that I was comfortable with, that I would rather work in a faster paced environment rather than having to sort of like work through a number of red tape that was holding you back from doing the day job. And then I decided to go and do some contracting. So that was my way into the financial services sector, and I did some contracting while I was trying to find what I was actually enjoying. So I had a couple of jobs, one working for the Halifax Bank of Scotland, which had become HBOS at that point, so worked through in Edinburgh for a period of time, and then I worked in a building society for about a year on a fixed term contract, where I got some exposure to more of the kind of regulatory side of finance and the accountancy profession, to basically see, is that something that I was actually wanting to pursue, or did I want to go back into doing a more, I wouldn't say generic role, but there's different types of roles that you get into the kind of finance profession, whether I wanted to work on projects or whether I wanted to work on the kind of budgeting, forecasting side of the kind of activities. So it gave me exposure. So within that kind of 2-year period where I shifted from a few jobs, one of the other motivators for me shifting from job to job is that I had that sense that I didn't really fit in and belong. I learnt a great deal, so I wouldn't change, no regrets, I wouldn't change the kind of journey that I took, but I didn't feel that I belonged. Where in SEPA, for the 7 years that I was there, I truly felt that I was part of the family, that people were genuinely invested in my growth and my kind of journey, and I did create lifelong friends as a result of my time being there. So this is where that sense of belonging didn't sort of come back into my life until 2 years later, after doing the 3 contract jobs, where I actually got a job within Standard Life, which was, it's now part of, it's the Phoenix Group, and they were based in Edinburgh, a life insurance company, where I got exposure in different types of roles over a 10-year period. So I found my home again. But having that kind of belonging and connectedness that I had in SEPA, I then didn't have it for a 2-year period. So then my need to feel that I wanted to belong propelled me to actually go and look for a new job in a new company where I had that sense of belonging. So that was my journey to sort of like find that sense of I do belong. And another thing that I mentioned in earlier vlogs is that I always wanted to come back to Scotland. And the reason why I wanted to come back to Scotland is because I had an innate kind of belief and yearning that this is the place that I was always destined and meant to live. So I feel that I belong in, I'm part of Scotland, even though I've got the kind of Greek Polish heritage in my kind of background. Okay, so I hope that within this channel you will find community and tribe, and that you will find a place to belong. And if you want to share anything in the comments, please feel free to do so, and have an amazing day. Seize the day, and remember, you've got choices in life, so choose wisely. Until tomorrow, bye.